all do it and we do it big. Ain't no other way around it, it's just what it is. My God, everybody on their feet now. Piped up, cause we about to have a praise party. Praise party, praise party, yeah, we about to have a praise party. Praise party, yeah, we about to have a praise party. Praise party, yeah, we about to have a praise party. Praise party, yeah, we about to have a. They ain't never seen us do it like the way we do it. They ain't never seen us do it like the way we do it. Praise party, yeah, we about to have a praise party. Praise party, yeah, we about to have a praise party. I couldn't wait to get up in here today. Yes, sir. What's going on, everybody? And welcome back to another week, another edition, another episode of April taking off her headphones on the Praise Party Radio Show. What's going on? It's your boy Jeff Will, and I got the gang back in the building. What's going on, gang?
What's going on, everybody? How you doing? Jay Fresh in the building, repping the old school merch.
My God. April Inspired, how you doing today?
I'm okay, thank you.
Just okay?
I know doggone well.
I mean,
We just ain't gonna go there.
Wait a minute.
I'm blessed and highly favored. That's how y'all
Well, that's good. There we go.
I'm blessed
Come
and
on.
highly favored. Listen, for the next 2 hours, you know we gonna give you some good music. You know we gonna give you some good topics, and you know we talking about what's going on in this world. So what I need everybody to do is go ahead on all social media accounts and follow the Praise Party Radio Show. That is the Praise Party Radio Show on all social media accounts. Hey, let's get into some music. If you're watching it, let's get into some videos. We're right here on the Praise Party Radio Show, right here on Southside on Dash Radio and Praise Party TV, streaming right here on Facebook and YouTube. Let's get it.
We have experience in the presence of God. To be honest, I don't want to get out of those moments, but at the same time, we know that God wants to continue with the program right now.
Yes. Thank you for welcoming us in your home, and thank you for being with us in one spirit.
Now it really hit me now. The other one didn't, but this one did, and it really hurt me right now.
Ay. The perks of being...
Take it away. I don't want to see it here. Really, take it away.
Después no se oye tu
I don't care. Take it away.
We're not going to hear you.
Well, that's somebody. Let's put the camera right
Let's see if they can hear us with a mic only. And
Welcome back to the Praise Party Radio Show. My name is Tiffany. Mrs. Jeff will do it better.
Hey y'all, I am Anna. I am Mrs. Jackson.
Hey everybody, what's up? I am Mrs. J Fresh. Woo-hoo.
Yes, and y'all know me. This is April D. Bird at April Inspired. We got the ladies in the house today. Hey, ladies! Hey. Y'all didn't know we was doing an all-female takeover. This is how we do it. So yes. All right. So I just wanted to get into it. We are up in here, blessed, everything. But I just wanted to get into the fact that we are ladies and we go through different things a lot, and so I just wanted to let y'all know that, in case y'all didn't know, this month is Domestic Violence Awareness Month.
Okay.
And it's very interesting that I've just been seeing like different stuff in the news a lot lately about murders and killings and all this stuff that's having to do with couples. I mean, last month, not last month, y'all, my bad. Last Saturday, we was talking about Jacqueline Carr, and how she's booed up now. Booed up on the boo stuff. And who else was that? Kiara Shear. She's booed up now as well. And so I was going on this rant. I was going on a tangent. Like, that's a good sign, right? And we love to see that. We love to see God loves family, all this stuff. But I don't know if I really got it across that, these ladies, they had a good relationship with God first. They had a good relationship with God, and I feel like they had a good sense of self-love. And I was excited because, you know, we get excited. It's like God is doing it. God is raining down husbands and everything in this season. But I think it's imperative to understand that, you know, we really have to be whole within ourselves first.
Right. That is
And
so important.
Yeah. And so I know, Joy, you and you, Tiffany, are married. So what do y'all think about that, like in terms of self-love and having that stability within yourself first and that wholeness within yourself first?
That is very important because even as a Christian woman, we're not exempt to regular relationship stuff.
Right.
Domestic violence still happen. All type of stuff still happen. So it's very important for you to know who you are.
Right.
So you can set that boundary and set that standard and let it be known what you will put up with and what you will not put up with.
Absolutely.
Because things like domestic violence can take a hit at your self-esteem. It can take a hit at your self-worth. And if you weren't, you know, whole in that sense, you'll stand
stand by
for
and take
anything,
it.
and you'll take it, unfortunately. So it's very important. What do you think?
Yeah, I definitely agree with you, Tiffany. I definitely say self-worth is the number one thing first. You always have to love you first before that other person can find you. Because it's like, if you don't love yourself first, how are they able to see who you really are?
Right.
You know, I've actually in the past been in a situation like that where I felt like, oh, well, that person loves me because, you know, he might be a little verbally abusive or whatnot.
Girl.
But you know, like it was just
emotional abuse is a thing.
it is.
It
It really is.
Yeah.
A lot of people don't see it as abuse, but it is just as strong as, you know, regular
It might be
abuse.
worse.
It is because those words, you know, words can hurt you.
We grew up with sticks and stones may break
Right.
my bones, but words will never hurt me.
Lies.
But the reality is, I mean, the tongue is the strongest weapon in the
Right.
body. Those words hurt.
Yeah.
You know, and a lot of people tend to think a marriage is 50-50. I give half of me, half of you. We make 100 together. But the reality is you have to be 100% yourself before you can give yourself to somebody else. I was married before 5.5 years, and then I got divorced, 2 kids, and then I started dating my now husband. We almost didn't make it past our first 2 years in our relationship because I emotionally was not ready to give 100% of myself to this guy.
Yeah.
And but I mean, you know, he loved me through all of that. We are happily married now. We've been together 7 years, married 2 years. Like, we made it through all of that stuff. But I had to learn myself all over again. Like, I was fresh out of a marriage, got in this relationship. How am I going to give all of me and I don't even know who all of I am? You know, so it's not 50-50. It's 100% you, 100% them come together. Like, he didn't complete me, he complements me.
Yes.
I am
Yes.
complete in myself,
Yes.
and we are complete together. We complement each other together.
Yeah, and I just love your transparency on that. How you were saying, like, it was almost, you know, it was almost here, and I just love the fact that you said he loved me. You know what I'm saying? Because love will do that. We know that from our relationship with God. That love and that grace, it'll do that. Like, it'll lift us up.
It will.
And so I really have been heavy on that because I've been seeing, you know, these couples here on the Praise Party show interact, and how, like, we it's easy for some ladies, you know, sometimes to try to fall into that, you know, he got to buy me this and he got to buy me that for it to be. And so last week, immediately after I was talking about Kiara Sheard and Jacqueline Carr and stuff, I came across this video on Instagram, and this girl, Saweetie, she was talking about if a guy doesn't buy you a Birkin bag or whatever.
I was just about to say that.
You need to throw him back to the streets. If he not paying your bills, if he not buying you a Birkin bag, then throw him back to
Okay,
the
he
streets.
can buy y'all the Birkin bags and going upside your head.
Exactly.
You know?
Upside your
Exactly.
head with that
That's how
Birkin
you
bag.
get into that. That's how you get into that domestic violence situations.
That's
On
how it
most
starts,
cases,
right.
a lot of people don't realize that life that comes with a lot of abuse.
It does.
And it's
A lot of
superficial.
abuse.
It's superficial.
Yes.
Very.
Absolutely. So I was just looking at that and, like, just thinking about how being in that oppressive situation, that's not really where it's at.
Right.
That's not where it's at all. And so, like I was saying, like, about how y'all interact, I remember how Doctor was saying, like, that you had bought him some tickets to
Kendrick.
some show or whatever, and it was his favorite show, and then it was just, like, really did that, like, for him, you know what I'm saying? It's about 100 and 100. you know, how you were saying. It's about lifting each other up.
Yeah.
Not so much thinking about, you know, having that life. And just on the thing of domestic violence, you know, that Saweetie attitude. Do y'all remember the movie Medea's Family Reunion?
Yeah.
Where, like, the daughter, she was dating, like, the big wealthy guy, and he was beating the
Yeah.
mess out of her.
Yes.
Like, I'm like, that's like the same thing. You can't put yourselves in that situation. And it happens to men too. Like, men do get abused by those same ladies that think, you know, you need to buy me everything and all of this stuff. So, I mean, it happens too. And so, just the nature of the violence and abuse and everything, that like really is.
The guy who plays Johnny Depp, Pirates of the Caribbean, that guy. Is his name not Johnny Depp?
Yeah,
Is
Johnny
that's
Depp.
his name?
That's
Okay.
his name.
That's his name. He's a prime example of a guy going through this.
Domestic.
That's
And
true.
his
yeah.
wife was calling the police, and she was putting these marks on herself, and everybody just jumped to the automatic conclusion that he was the bad guy. But then it got to the point he put up cameras and he started recording, and it came out she was the one abusing him. Like, he would drink himself into a stupor to avoid dealing with her. And then when he wanted to report it, the cops are like, no, like, you're a guy, you can't be getting beat on. But he was the one leaving the house in handcuffs, but he also had the black eye and the scratch marks and the bite mark, and everybody just assumed he instigated it.
Yeah.
And you know, the guys go through this, but they can't say anything because you're a guy. Like, you can't let no woman beat up on you.
You look like
Exactly.
a chump or
You can't tell nobody that.
Right, and it's just like if a guy or if a woman abuses a guy and the guy calls the cops, the guy's still getting arrested because they think the police officer thinks that the guy did it automatically, and it's wrong, really, you know. And then also what you were saying with Johnny Depp, there's a movie called Gone Girl. Have you guys seen it?
Yeah,
heard about it.
Yeah.
It's just like that. Basically, she set him up for failure because they were married, but he wasn't happy and he cheated on her, and she did all this crazy stuff. Like, she faked a pregnancy and stuff like that. She made it seem like he murdered her and stuff like that because she was gone for like
she
a
disappeared
month
for a while,
and she changed her whole character of who she was and stuff like that, and it was just insane.
and left him to take the rap.
Exactly, but it's weird because at the end it's like a twist because he's like, I know what you're doing, and he's okay with it. They're both okay with it, and it's just like
That's why on both ends, men and female, you need to be careful.
Yes.
Who you align yourself
Absolutely.
with, because they can either build you up or end your
Yes.
life.
Or in your life, literally.
Literally,
Yeah.
figuratively and literally.
Yeah.
It is very important for both sides to know.
Yeah.
And so, like, my main thing last week was just to make sure your mental is right, make sure you have strong self-love and self-esteem, and make sure that relationship and that alignment with God is on point. You know, that's how you have the healthiest relationship.
Yeah, you definitely got to put God first because he does come first in any and everything that you do. And also with that, like I was saying before, like with my situation, when I started finding to love me first, that's when God stepped in and was just like, I've been here all this time. What about me? You know, it's just like, you left me hanging all this time and you felt like he was your number one and he was everything that you could ever think of and all this stuff. And God's just like, I've been here since day one, since you were born. And you're just now realizing what's happening. You know, because like when you get to your breaking point, you're just like, God, I can't do this no more. I can't take this more. Just take it all the way. I don't care how you do it, just do it. And you know, after he does it, he surprises you, because that's how Mr. J Fresh came through. Because I was in the position to where I was like, God, I don't want to do this no more. Like, this is beyond toxic. I can't handle it. Like, I think that I can handle it and I can't. And then he literally removed that and replaced it for something better, you know. And it blows your mind, because you never think that you don't deserve that, but you do, you know, because we all are royalty, you know.
And honestly, even in my later adulthood, I have learned that, like, of course it's cliche, you hear it, but it doesn't hit you until you are experiencing it, that no matter what you've done, no matter what you allowed yourself, because honestly, when you allow yourself to tolerate any type of abuse, I have learned that's a form of idolatry. It is a form of idolatry. When you take abuse, take toxicity, whatever, it's a form of abuse. and it's a form of idolatry. So what I have learned is no matter what you have done, even if you have accepted that things, you still deserve better because God said so. You're his daughter. It doesn't matter. Like, I'm on high. If I got it good, my kids got it good too. That means even you. So that's why you have to open yourself and allow yourself and allow his grace to carry you.
Amen.
Because I am a testament. His grace is sufficient, because there were times to where just in life period, I'm like, I'm not gonna make it. I'm about to be in jail for murder. Or about to have a heart attack or something and just die. But and that's just being real.
It is.
And God was like, baby girl, calm down. Don't murder nobody.
I got you.
Don't do none of that. I got
Just
you.
let me move.
Right.
Yes.
And we having commentary in the back, but
The guys in the back.
but yes, just
so real.
Just with domestic violence and things like that, it's easier said than done.
It is.
But you just have to see yourself how God sees you.
Absolutely.
Right.
Because when you see yourself how God sees you, you're not gonna tolerate stuff like wait a minute.
Right.
Wait a minute.
The game.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Yes.
So it's like I say, it's much easier said than done.
It
But
is.
if there are any ladies listening and you are experiencing that, I would encourage you to just talk to Jesus one time.
Yeah.
I guarantee you, he
Oh
gonna
my
swoop
God.
in,
It makes a difference.
swoop in,
So
and
fast.
change your mind, change
Yep.
your heart. There will be a resolve in your heart to where you will see stuff differently. You're going to see the situation where the way he sees it. You're going to be like, wait a minute.
Right.
This is not okay. This is not right. So,
Now I'm gonna take it back to our
whole
roots.
world.
We had the Underground Railroad,
Right.
to get out of slavery.
Right.
That same type of Underground Railroad is still alive and well for people that are in those domestic violence situations. So after you talk to Jesus and you get your coming to, hey, okay, I'm not going to tolerate this. Go find you a person that you trust.
Right.
Hey, this is what's going on and I need to get out of here. Because I have been very fortunate to never have experienced that personally, but I have two people that are very close to me in similar situations. And it's like, when you pop up at the house and they got another woman there, and now you two are outside fighting, physically fighting. You're getting dragged down concrete stairs, baby girl. It's time to go.
Yeah.
It's time to
So
go.
call somebody who can come pick you up and get you out of that situation. Because the reality is, ladies, if you're listening to this and you're in that situation, there are people that love you.
Yes.
And I know it doesn't
Always.
seem like it, because if this guy doesn't love me, then who else is going to love me? We love you.
Right.
Absolutely.
We absolutely love you, and we will help you out of this. But the thing is, you have to want to help yourself out of
Yeah.
it.
They have to.
And it's after you realize, I'm not going to do this anymore.
Yeah.
I've talked to Jesus. We came to this conclusion. I'm better than this. Get on the phone with somebody you trust, somebody you love, to help you out of that situation. There are ways out. There are houses and apartment complexes dedicated solely to women who have been in domestic violence situations. It's for women and children. It's not a shelter. It's similar to like Section 8. Your rent's not super expensive.
And
The
they're
only
safe
thing is
houses.
you have to get a job. They help you with that too. So now you and your kids have somewhere safe to be, away from this situation, so that you can begin to rebuild your life. But
They're
it
out here.
starts with saying something.
It starts
You don't
with
have to tolerate this alone,
Right.
at all.
Right.
I love that.
I think it's very interesting how you brought up it's domestic violence month, because a lot of people don't know about it. Most people are focused on like breast cancer awareness and stuff like that.
And
But-
Halloween.
yeah, right. And this is really important. Like, just like how Black Lives Matter, it's the same thing. Like, we all need to take a stand to this, because it's not right.
It's oppression. It's oppression. Look, the world changed. Our trajectory of how we do culture right now is because
Right.
you had a police officer sitting on somebody's neck.
Exactly.
And
Right.
so women who are suffering with this, they go through that. And it's just sad, and that broke my heart. And so like everybody is standing up now and saying like, whatever. But we need to have this resolute attitude about what's going on,
Yeah.
about our personal lives, about like just seeing, because how you were saying, like, Joy, when you finally come to God and you realize, like, you've been running from God. Like, for me, I feel like I've been running from everything that God is trying to do. You know what I'm saying? And, like, that is friction. That causes friction. That causes abuse, in a sense, I guess. And so it's like how Jada was talking about the entanglement and everything. And, like, everybody was laughing. Like, it's so funny. Like, this is the trauma that people deal with every day on a daily basis. Like, if this is the sin where the word is like, you know, be not entangled. Because we are stuck in that kind of relationship to, you know, sin and what's comfortable and everything like that. So I think, like, the narrative is just about the same. It's like fighting that oppression, fighting that entanglement, and being in a mindset where you can accept the abundance and the love that God has for us. You know what I'm saying? It's like, it's crazy.
It is.
It's crazy.
It is.
And, like, even in the scripture, concerning it, like, how we're speaking out about the violence, and as we should, I was looking at Psalm 11:5, and it was like saying how God hates violence. You know what I'm saying? It was saying that God, he tests the righteous and he tests the wicked, but he hates those who love violence. Yeah, and so it's not good. It's not good. The whole trajectory of our world has been changed. So if we're going to be stronger in our mental and, you know, get out of this violence, get out of this situation, have more world peace, it has to start within us.
It does.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
So we talked about, you know, this month being Domestic Violence Awareness Month. But what does that look like, right? Especially since COVID, right?
Right.
So as of April of this year, it's only the beginning of November. So that's May, June, July, August, September, October. 7 months. There have been 690,000 reported cases of domestic violence and 35,000 domestic violence related deaths in just 7 months. We are going stir crazy. Of course, you know, the pandemic happened. You want to socially distance, so now you are stuck at home.
And I heard that the cases increased. They rose.
They went up 35% in the first 2 months of this pandemic. Like, it's ridiculous.
It is.
And so we have to be aware of it. You have to be aware of it for yourselves, but then those of us that are not living in those situations need to be aware of it as well. Like, mental health crisis is real, and when you're stuck in a house with somebody or even by yourself, like, you're stuck there with your own thoughts, you get wound up, you go stir crazy, and things begin to happen. And so you may have been living with this person, but y'all go y'all separate ways to go to work, and you got church, and you got friends, and you got family, but now we're all stuck in this house together, and things are happening. Now you're arguing more, and that argument, you know, that petty disagreement then turned into full-on yelling and fighting, and then the yelling turned into, oh, he threw a vase at me, but he promised to never do it again, or he swung and he hit the wall, but he didn't hit me. You know, it was like right here, but he didn't hit me.
Right.
So we're good. You know, he said he'd never do it again, and then that 2 inches to the left turned into right under your eye socket, and you know, and it's real. It's a thing.
It's real.
But then, I mean, and we talk about domestic violence, and we tend to go think about the actual physical violence. But I know somebody else in a situation who she's trying to better her life. All she wants is to, like I said, better her life for herself and for her kids. And she's in a situation where they have a lot of kids, so it's not that easy to send all the kids to daycare. So she stays home with them mostly. She doesn't have a job of her own. Her husband has the job. He gives her $50 a week to drive to and from Athens. Like, and they live out in Monroe. And once she's out of that money, that's it.
Wow.
She don't have any more. Like, you know, and it's one of those things. It's like, that's another form of domestic violence.
Yeah.
It's abuse.
Financial abuse. They call it.
It's a thing. And I mean, while when they argue, but there's not typically a ton of name calling. There was only one time where, like, he grabbed her wrist and kind of sprained it, but that's where it started.
That's where it started.
You know?
And if you're in that emotionally abusive situation, because I know I was in that, and it's almost like if the self-esteem isn't there and the self-awareness isn't there, it's almost like, oh, this person is being forceful with me because they love me, because they really care.
They want better for me.
This is why they're this angry and stuff, and that will turn physical real fast.
And you tend to really truly believe that, oh, I deserve this. Like, because I don't have a job, I deserve to only have a limited amount of funds to take care of X amount of children.
Yeah, and that's how the enemy tries to spin it with us. I think, like, like even when we sin, like, right, we know that God is gracious to forgive us, right? But the enemy will try to beat us up and say, "Oh, we deserve this because we're so sinful and all this stuff like this." But I think that's the narrative that the enemy wants us to believe too, as believers. You know what I'm saying? And not just accept God's grace and just pray and get that love, get that abundance that we're supposed to.
Right. It's very brainwashing. That's what the enemy does. They try to.
And he's good at it.
Very good at it.
God is better.
That's right.
God is greater than all of this. He says we are loved because we are supposed to love because He first loved us. He loved us before we were even a thought. He loved us at the moment He said, "Let there be light." He knew that we would exist at this space and in this time, and that He would love us regardless of whatever happened.
God loves us better than we love ourselves.
I know.
He's our creator. Like, He's our parent. So.
It's amazing.
It is amazing. It's life changing.
You know, there's 1 in 4 women. So it's 4 women in here, and at one point in our lives, one of us will have or already has experienced domestic violence. But there's also 1 in 9 men. And you know, at Bible study the other night, we were talking about hurt people hurt people.
Yes.
And so we have to then begin to take responsibility for our own actions. And part of that taking responsibility is realizing I was hurt at one point.
Right.
I don't want to do that to the next person. So reach out and get help. There are tons of opportunities and places that are willing to help both men and women. Now, granted, it is a lot harder to find places for men because it doesn't happen as often, or it's not as reported as often.
That part.
But there are programs out there designed to help you get out of these situations. You don't have to live in that hurt and that abusive situation. You are better than what that person is treating you like.
Absolutely.
You know, no matter whether it's financial abuse, verbal, emotional, or physical, you are better than that environment. All you have to do is tell yourself. Like, and I know, again, like Tiffany said, a whole lot easier said than done. But it is possible to do it.
This is a great topic.
Yeah.
And it's interesting how you were sharing how the numbers went up because of the pandemic and the COVID and everything, and everybody was in the house. I feel like this pandemic is bringing out a lot of things. And I feel like if you weren't not there, like if you weren't in that vein of just, you know, knowing who you were and having that relationship with God, it's also an opportunity to get close to God and just maybe get with yourself and take that quiet time that's going on and get with God. Because like you were saying, again, tying it into the mental health, like it's a mental thing, because you know, you're in the house, you're doing nothing, you know, you're going stir crazy or whatever. But I think we got to use the resources, like you say, and just like know the power of prayer too. You know, Black people, we lean on prayer and everything, but like mental health, like I have a therapist, and so my therapist has it is very beneficial.
I have been
beneficial.
Yeah, I've had therapy too, and it helps, and that doesn't mean you're crazy.
It
doesn't mean there's something wrong with you.
Right, absolutely.
We are human. We all need help. We all, like I like to say, we all a little thrown off sometimes, and we need help. And it is what it is. There's nothing wrong with you.
But like, I mean, prayer, therapy, affirmations, all of those things, like it's a process. You know, it is easier said than done, and the doing is the process. You know what I'm saying? It's putting those things in place and intentionally going for those things, and just getting that love from God. Like y'all say, like, I know that I'm better because God says I'm better, so I'm going to believe what God says. I'm going to let my actions line up with it. You know?
And let me go ahead and ease your fear about going to therapy, because most of the time people are put off by going to therapy because it costs money. I'm gonna tell you,
Mine is free.
There are 3 state-funded programs in the state of Georgia, spread from all the way from top of Georgia down to Kings Bay, that you can go whether you have insurance or not. They will still see you.
Good.
And if it comes to you need medications, you can get medications through them for $5 for a 90-day supply. There are sources, because I mean, when I had my mental health crisis, I wasn't working. They sent me to this place. It's called Viewpoint Health. That's one of them.
You go. That's one.
They sent me there. I went there for 2 months, 2 years to unravel. I mean, just think of your brain like a basket of yarn that has gotten tangled up, and now we're trying to untangle this. So my therapist worked with me. We separated the red stuff here, the green stuff there, the yellow stuff here, and we started with what needed to be worked on first. And I did that every month for 2 years, and I didn't pay a dime. Wow! Except for the $5 a month for medication that I needed, or $5 if it's $5 for whatever the medication. Sometimes it's 30 days, 60 day, 90 day
That's
supply.
still affordable,
but
though.
$5, and they'll ship it to you if you don't have a car. They have shuttles, and I know it looks different now with COVID, but they are still up and running.
That's good.
They can get to you. You can get to them. They have virtual appointments. If you can't do virtual appointments, they'll come to you. Like, they do group settings, individual settings, family settings. There are sources out there that don't cost you anything.
Yeah.
Except your time. Just go. It's okay. Like, you're not crazy. I'm here to tell you, baby girl, you're not crazy. Hey guy, it's okay. I know your dad said you can't feel your feelings. You can totally feel your feelings and go to a therapist. It's okay to do so. Completely.
Well, ladies, this was an amazing discussion, and I hope whoever is listening and watching that you did get something from this. But for now, we're about to take a break, y'all, and we will come back to the Praise Party radio show.
Ladies, don't leave me.
Don't worry, we'll be back. We will definitely be back.
I am Tiffany Mrs. Jeff will do it better. Bye-bye.
I am Mrs. Jackson, and it was lovely to talk with you ladies today.
Oh my God,
Mrs. J. Fresh.
this was therapeutic here.
Want to hear that sound that is coming, the sound that God has told us to blow the trumpet in Zion and to make a sound. Hear the sound right now.
Right here in 1 John chapter 1, the B section of verse 7, it said, the blood.
What's going on? Welcome back to the Praise Party radio show. The men are back. The men are back.
Everybody.
They're back in the building. So,
I had to play the good one for
y'all.
This. I gotta play the good song.
Y'all, this is big.
We didn't get the music.
This is big.
Cause y'all gonna get booed up.
Look,
y'all get the other. Y'all get
like
the
we
other
didn't have the
music.
music.
Look, this is big. Okay, so T.I. and Jeezy about to do the verses, right?
My God! I told you about the Apostle Clifford Harris last week.
Yeah, it's good that he's about to do the verses and everything, but it's fixed. And here's why it's fixed.
Okay.
The producer that Young Jeezy had is suing him if he goes on verses because all of pretty much 75% of his songs are owned by him, and if he performs them, he's getting sued. Now I'm talking about all the hits that Jeezy has ever done is owned by that producer.
Why you mad?
Is this Shawty Red?
Wow.
Wow.
Yeah.
He can't even play the songs?
He can't play them. He can't perform them. None of
Did
that.
they fall out?
Yeah, they had a big falling
They had
out.
domestic.
Big falling out.
What? How does he want a lump sum of cash?
No, he said if he goes on verses. He said nothing about it right now, but if he goes on verses and performs even one, he's suing Jeezy, T.I., everybody that's on verses.
So why would he not want that? Like,
That gets him back up in there.
It does, but that's just what it is.
he need to get that mental right.
That's just what it is.
My bad. Don't come
So,
for me. I know you got
so
guns.
we know that the BET Awards just hit, and the verse and the ciphers was hitting. I mean, that was really dope. That they had the Caribbean ciphers going on. They had
That's
the,
what you was waiting on.
Oh, of course I was
Caribbean
waiting on that, man. Shoot, Bounty Killer was on there.
My God.
Everybody except for Buju. We need Buju to come back. And then they had the women's ciphers going on. You know,
that's Brandy. I saw that on
who y'all
social
think
media.
had the best verse?
Listen, I'm gonna be honest with you.
Her was really good.
I'm gonna be honest with you. Tiana Taylor is so underrated.
Yes.
She just been winning this year, and I feel like she had the best verse.
Yeah,
Tiana been doing her thing. Shout out.
But Erykah Badu had the switcheroo because she definitely took
about
Queen
lace
Latifah's
fronts.
stuff. She took Queen Latifah's flow, and that's why everybody said that Erykah Badu had the best verse. I really think that Tiana Taylor did really good as well. But you know, that's just how that goes.
I like hers first.
And then Rhapsody came and killed the game in her cipher. My God, Rhapsody is always best. So this just happened on what is it? The Masked Singer. Busta Rhymes was on there.
What?
Get out of here.
Busta Rhymes was on there. So he came in as the dragon. And then everybody knows that's just Busta Rhymes' thing, the dragon. He feels like he's the last dragon, so he came in as the dragon, which was a dead giveaway. And then he did the song "I'm Gonna Knock You Out." Don't call it a comeback. So everybody knew what kind of voice he had. Somebody said it was DMX, and then Dr. Cho was just really just outlandish with it. So he lost in the first round, and they thought it was Busta Rhymes. But then that next week he released an album. And let me tell y'all what the name of the album is, y'all.
What's the name of the album?
The album is called,
Got that holy fire.
here it is, Extinction Level Event 2, The Wrath of God.
What?
Now this is like old school prime Busta Rhymes.
Ooh.
Like he's got Farrakhan in there. He's got Chris Rock in there.
Oh, wow.
He's even got Anderson .Paak, Kendrick Lamar. I can just go through off the names right quick. He's got Vibes Cartel. He's got ODB. He's got Rick Ross on there. He's even got Q-Tip on there. Belle Biv DeVoe, M.O.P. Like he's bringing out like the old school Buster that we know and love.
Nobody saw it coming.
Like nobody really saw it coming. I didn't even think it was coming, which I really think he needs to get the I Am Hip Hop. But I'm gonna just let that go. So let's get into the main meat. The top 10 Disney. The top 10 best Disney animated cartoons.
Yay,
Animated cartoons.
So we're not gonna be talking. Yeah, we're not gonna be talking about the Star Wars and the Marvel because we can go into a whole different.
No Transformers.
Transformers isn't Disney. That's not Disney.
I love Transformers. Transformers make my heart melt.
Yeah, that's J.J. Abrams.
I love you, Bumblebee.
That's anyway.
Optimus Prime.
Anyway, so starting with number 10, Sleeping Beauty.
That shouldn't be on the list.
And the reason why I say Sleeping Beauty is because the art form that it had back then is still relatable today. It's not really. It aged really well for the time period that it was in.
The quality.
Yes, the quality was good.
Come on, Aurora.
Yeah, the audio was good. Everything was good. So I do agree with that list.
I see
Number
my jam.
9.
I see my jam.
Number 9, Jungle Book.
Okay.
Jungle Book. And I'm not talking about the remake. This is just the cartoons. This is not the remake. This is just the cartoons.
That's the
so the Jungle Book. It was a classic. I did not know that King. I did not know that King Louis was not black. I did not know that King Louis was not black. King Louis is definitely white. It's crazy. I thought that he was black this whole time, but he's white. Of course, Baloo is white.
Right.
But I mean, just timeless. It's timeless. It's really good.
Jungle Book number 9. Okay. Number 8.
So that's for number 9.
Number 8.
Number 8.
Jungle Book needs a higher rank.
Number
I love
8.
Jungle Book.
You think it needs a higher rate?
Yes.
Why does it need a higher rate?
Because Jungle Book was the first little VHS that I had. I had the little storybook. Y'all remember the little golden
This
book?
is bias.
That
is bias.
This all the way racist. Like, I love Jungle Book. I love Jungle
It's
Book.
already racist. Okay, so we're going to number 8.
Jungle Book supremacy.
And number 8 goes to Alice in Wonderland.
Alice in the what?
Okay. You got to think about it. Alice in Wonderland is really underrated and doesn't get enough hype. And when they did the remakes, it actually got the hype. But I really think.
I put Mary
Wait a
Poppins
minute.
over
That's
there.
on the list. That's on the list. But wait a minute. Hold on.
We straight.
Hold on. So now let's get to number 6. The Muppets.
Oh, we on number 7.
Yeah, that was number 7. Number 7 is Alice in Wonderland.
That's very interesting.
What did I say? Number 8 was?
No, we said because our Sleeping Beauty, Jungle Book.
Okay, so number 8 is Pinocchio. Number 8 is
number
Pinocchio.
7 is Pinocchio.
No, number 7 is Alice in Wonderland. Number 8
so
is
you
Pinocchio.
put Alice in Wonderland above Pinocchio?
Yes, I do.
Oh,
yes,
so you switched it right there.
Yeah. Okay, so now let's get to number 6, The Muppets Christmas Carol.
What? Do you hear this?
Come on,
Joy,
come
get
on,
your husband.
The Muppets Christmas Carol is great for number 6. I'm sorry, it's timeless. It's timeless.
What?
Come on.
It ain't better than Charlie Brown. Okay, keep going.
But that's not a Disney movie.
He said that Muppets Christmas is pretty lit, but I
It's
mean,
really
number 6.
Come on.
Number 6.
Okay, so number 5 is Aladdin.
Ooh.
Number 5 is Aladdin. Aladdin.
Okay, I feel you on that. I feel you on
That means top 5 is about to go in.
Yes.
Aladdin is number 5.
Aladdin is number 5. And then number 4 is Mary Poppins. Mary Poppins is timeless.
Mary Poppins is a solid 4.
Mary Poppins is timeless. But not Mary Poppins 2 because that one's trash. Mary Poppins 1 was amazing.
Sorry, Disney.
It's amazing. I mean, everything that Julie Andrews did, everything that Dick Van Dyke did, and it was just timeless. The fact that Dick Van Dyke was able to play 2 characters at one time throughout the whole movie when that wasn't even thought of back then was just amazing. The fact that Ed Helms was in there. Ed Helms did the voice of what's his name? The Hat. The Mad Hatter in Alice in Wonderland. He was able to give a voice in Mary Poppins and as Uncle Rupert, and they were laughing up on the roof. Like, the green screen was timeless. Everything was timeless for number 4. Number 3 is Little Mermaid.
Hey, Under the Sea. Hey, Little Mermaid is lit.
Number 3 was Little Mermaid because that was actually a really good adaptation
out to
over
Chloe.
Aladdin. Yeah, it was a really good adaptation.
I need my Disney expert.
Little Mermaid.
Well, I mean,
I need to confirm. I need to confirm, Mrs. Jeff Well. I need to confirm this. This needs to be confirmed.
I saw this thing on social media today, and it was talking about all the princesses and the problems that they had.
So number 2.
Hold on. Little Mermaid over Aladdin. Is it a go? Is it a go?
I would say it's a go.
It's a go. All
that's
right,
a go.
we'll keep on going.
It's a go.
Number 2, Beauty and the Beast.
That's number 2.
Okay.
Number 2 is
the Holy
Beauty
Ghost.
and the Beast.
You're in the Holy Ghost now.
You ain't in the vein.
Yeah. Number 2 is Beauty and the Beast, and the reason I say that is because they even had not Julie Andrews, but what was her name on Murder She Wrote? I cannot remember her name. Angela Lansbury as Mrs. Potts. She did a really excellent job there.
For 2?
I mean, it's really good. I liked it. I really liked it. Cogsworth, Be Our Guest.
All
Be
of
Our
Disney,
Guest.
like, with the
it was
musicals and stuff.
it was a really good musical, and it went to Broadway.
Yeah.
Based off
I
of
would
that.
love to
So,
see that on Broadway.
all right, you ready for number 1?
I already know what number 1 is.
What's number 1?
Come on now.
The Wiz.
The Wiz was not Disney.
It better be Lion King.
He's on down. He's on
The
down.
number one is the Lion King.
Had to be.
It's the Lion King. I mean, for it to be an almost all black cast, it was really all cultural cast. I mean, they had Italians in there, they had Hispanics in there, they had all blacks in there. Matthew Broderick did a wonderful job as Simba, and then they also had James Earl Jones as Mufasa. I mean,
the guy from Smart Guy, the brother from Smart Guy, Jason
Weaver. Yeah. Jason Weaver was young Simba. He did a really good job singing.
He's still
and
getting
stuff
paid
like
on that. So
shout
out to him.
Dad and Jackson 5.
I'm telling you.
Shout out to Jason Weaver.
So wonderful job there. Nathan Lane as Timon. You can't get a better Timon than Nathan Lane. The guy who played Pumbaa, awesome job. I do have to say Seth Rogen and I can't remember the other guy's name, Ernie, on the remake. Y'all tried to do a better job, but
it wasn't Jordan Peele. It was the other dude, Keegan.
No, it wasn't Keegan as Timon. It was Ernie something. But y'all tried to do a good job, but this original duo is way better. I'm sorry. The original duo as for Pumbaa and Nathan Lane, just phenomenal.
From Key and Peele. It wasn't the guy from Key and
Peele? No, it wasn't Keegan. Keegan was in...
He was a hyena.
He was one of the hyenas.
Oh, okay.
And even then, I mean, they did a good job as the hyenas, but funny. I'm sorry. Cheech and Chong and Whoopi Goldberg...
Oh, she killed that.
They're iconic. They're iconic.
We throw Mulan in there, because that Mulan.
Come on, sir.
Look,
Mulan, Hercules. Are we going back to the? Okay, I can go back down. I can go back down.
On my way.
So number 11. I can go back down.
Moana.
Number 11 is Moana.
How did she go ahead and get a top spot?
How did she beat Mulan though?
How did she beat Elsa?
Moana can't beat Mulan.
You should ask your daughter that.
Breaks off Moana.
You need to ask your daughter.
First of all,
you need to ask your daughter.
She watch Moana every night.
Exactly.
But she sings. Doggone, Let It Go every time.
Well, wait a minute. That's on the list too. Number 12, Snow White and the Seven Dwarfs.
Why we ain't get to Mulan and Hercules?
Hold on. Number 13, Frozen. Number 13 is Frozen.
I can't wait to put all this content out.
So
y'all go at Jay Fresh. He said all this.
Number 14, and this list was posted March 23rd.
Oh, Lord.
Number 14 is Tangled.
Number 14.
Tangled.
Where Tangled come from? Where the girl with the red hair with the arrow? She lit.
Brave.
Oh, she fine.
Number 15 is Hercules.
He should have been higher up there.
Gotta be higher.
Take him higher.
Number 16, Nightmare Before Christmas.
What?
Nice.
Who made
we going to let's get into some music. Let's get to some music. When y'all see this, I want y'all to at Jay Fresh.
He going ahead.
It's his list. I want y'all to at him.
Look,
this is his list.
This list I say is accurate because Nightmare Before Christmas is amazing. It can be put in Halloween and at Christmas time.
No, sir.
It's my favorite. I like that movie.
Y'all, we about to get into some more music,
and
then we're gonna chastise Jay Fresh on this break.
We go,
and we'll be right back here on the Praise Party Radio Show, right here on Southside on Dash Radio. Let's get it.
The presence of the Lord is here. The presence of the Lord is here. I feel Him. I feel it in the atmosphere. The presence.
For the God on the mountain is still guarding the valley. Yeah! The God on the mountain is still guarding the valley. He's still God. Is He still God? He's still God. Bless the Lord. Bless the Lord. Bless the Lord. Bless the Lord.
What's going on, everybody, and welcome back to the Praise Party Radio Show right here on Southside on Dash Radio and streaming right here on Facebook and YouTube. It's your boy Jeff Will Do It Better, and I got the game back in the building. Listen, it's time for someone to come take this L. Now listen,
Yes.
they've been a real frequent.
Yes, I don't know who it is.
No, they've been a real frequent visitor on taking in L's on this
Lord.
show. Netflix, you lost your everlasting mind.
What they do now?
What they do?
They trying to raise subscription prices.
Oh,
They
T-Mobile
raising
pay
them.
for mine, so I don't care.
They raising the prices. Now I know
Pay them to
doggone
a certain
well.
amount, don't they?
What you mean a certain amount? They pay for the basic subscription.
Oh, listen, we don't get them no
The basic?
airtime on here. They don't support the show.
Look, T-Mobile pay for the basic subscription.
They
so
don't
I
pay.
don't
They don't
really-
pay for the show. They don't get no airtime right here.
Hulu, put that sponsorship on here.
Hello, listen. Even now, do it now. Do
Look,
it now.
let Disney Plus do it because Disney Plus
Hey,
get Hulu and
y'all
got
just got all
ESPN
that.
Plus.
I got Disney Plus and I got ESPN Plus. So shout out
See,
to
there it
Disney.
is.
We didn't
Shout out to
pay no
Disney.
$10.
30 for 30.
Wait,
all
if you
day.
got the ESPN Plus, you got Hulu Plus too.
Hulu Plus, talk to me after the
Yeah,
show.
you get the it come in
I'll
the package.
see you after the show.
I see you after
It come
the
in the
show.
package.
Meet me
Look,
after the
you
Listen.
pay $12.99, you get the whole thing.
I think Netflix is about to go up to $24.99 starting off for everybody.
Everybody's
know why?
at home, because Amazon
You know
getting
why?
these
Why?
big blockbuster films.
Cause all the big blockbusters films is going elsewhere instead of where they need to be. You know, Coming to America ain't
Amazon.
coming. Yeah, it's going to
Amazon.
Amazon. It's not going to Netflix. The Disney Plus taking all their stuff off of Netflix and putting it on
I
Disney
ain't gonna lie,
Plus.
Disney running the world right now.
They bought Fox.
Good God.
They bought Fox, so that means all the X-Men is all going to Disney right now.
I just want Netflix to go down on your prices because listen, I ain't gonna keep on paying this doggone stuff. I was cool at $11.99. That's my tap out now. I can't be paying for movies. all like
$11.99.
that.
What happened to $8?
Listen. You
I
know you had
know.
to
What
now
happened
listen.
to
I start
$8?
getting legit because you know other people start using the account. So I let everybody.
Oh, okay.
do that.
That's why you
So
did
you
the
know
12.
what? I need
Hey,
it on.
man,
I
you
need it on
better-
multiple
You gotta get that
TVs.
susu
Yeah,
in
yeah,
there,
yeah,
that
yeah.
Netflix susu.
Listen, I'm trying to get that fire
gotta
stick.
run it.
Oh, you was trying to be the plug.
Hello. But I need to get that fire
I didn't
stick
get
because
that
I can't keep on doing all this stuff. Netflix, you have lost your everlasting mind trying to go up on these prices. Y'all not even that good. Y'all put the
Ooh.
stuff up there, and then you try to put all Disney movies on there, but Disney had to come out with an app, so now it's $8.99. They don't need to charge as much as y'all, and y'all up there trying to put all these movies and stuff up on there, and then all that stuff was on there. I forgot
Disney
that stuff.
$5.99.
That Last Chance You, it wasn't even good this season.
He just read y'all for filth.
Shoot.
Disney $5.99.
And then they had that mess. They had that mess with them little girls on there.
With them little
Shame
girls.
on y'all.
They canceled all the other
For
good
shame.
shows.
He mad at y'all.
They canceled all the good shows.
You read
Hello.
y'all for
Now the only way you can make this up.
Oh, what's that show we used to watch, Joy? That zombie show, Santa Clarita Diet. Yeah, they canceled that in the second season.
Cancel all
Listen,
the
the
good
only
shows.
For
way,
what?
the
Ninja
only way
show, too.
Netflix can make this up is this: if you just put Martin on there. Just put Martin on Netflix, and we can all this will all go away.
Hold on, they put 1-on-1 on there. Hold
Listen,
on.
that ain't Martin.
They working
That
on
ain't
it.
Martin.
They working on
That
it.
ain't Martin. You can put 227 on there. I mean, come on now.
They put 1-on-1 on there. Kyla Pratt. I mean,
227, I'm here for it.
I mean, you know, put
they put Moesha on
Put
there.
Amen on there.
hello. Come on now.
Reverend.
You went all the way back. Somebody put Sanford and Son somewhere.
Hello.
See, that's Quincy Jones right there.
Hey.
That's Quincy.
Huh?
That's
Shout out to
Quincy.
The Wiz. I was listening to the Wiz
They put
soundtrack.
Austin Powers on there.
Listen, it
That's
ain't
Quincy
Martin.
Jones.
It ain't Martin.
But that's Quincy Jones.
Put Martin on Netflix. Just put Martin on Netflix. Will this all go away?
It won't go away.
Yes, it will.
It won't
It'll
go
go
away.
away. Put Martin on Netflix.
It won't go away.
Martin got so many iconic. And then another thing.
Because they gonna put Fresh Prince on there.
Why
and
we?
then somebody
They already
else
put
is gonna,
Fresh Prince on there.
See my point?
And
So
they put
now
Sister
somebody
Sister on
else
there.
is gonna get Martin.
But see, now listen. Between us and everybody know this. Can we just stop being nice? Martin is better than Fresh Prince. We got to stop putting them two together.
Whoa.
It ain't no competition about that.
Whoa.
Fresh Prince don't have no iconic
Whoa.
episodes except for the one with the daddy.
I know.
Whoa.
Did he just say that out
I
his mouth?
really did.
Whoa.
Martin has too many
Okay.
iconic episodes I
Let's-
can go to off the top of my
Hold,
head.
hold on. Let's
Off
talk
the
about
top
this.
of my
Let's
head.
talk about this. Let's talk about
Off
this.
the top of my
No,
head.
let's talk about this. All right.
Get it right.
So
Get him right.
The Fresh Prince of Bel-Air came out at a specific time.
Read
Now,
info.
who's the producer? Hold on. Who's the producer of Fresh Prince of Bel-Air? Somebody tell me.
Medina.
No.
Oh.
Quincy Jones.
Quincy Jones.
Quincy
The
Jones.
Wiz.
Now,
Pew, pew.
since Quincy Jones is the producer and got him the role, the leading star role, and gave him his show right after the point to where he was about to be bankrupt, he needs his just desert. We can't say it's better than Martin because Martin was for a different demographic.
Y'all,
I don't think it's no comparison.
Other than
It's not a comparison
Hold on,
because
hold on.
Martin was for us black folk. What was Fresh Prince for?
Suburban black folk.
My point exactly.
Oh, I
But
didn't know
so
that.
it don't matter.
But hold
Hey
on.
man, put the Cosby Show on
I'm
there.
going off.
Whoa.
I'm going off of creativity.
Whoa!
I'm going off creativity.
You about to get booted off this show right now.
Like, look, I'm being so honest when I say this. Other than why he don't want me? Other than that episode.
What about the episode? What about the Shake It Off episode?
Hold on.
What about that one?
Other than that episode, name me an iconic episode on Fresh Prince.
There she go, right there. Jump on it. Or what about the episode? What about the episode where Carlton was doing It's Not Unusual?
He did that every other
Hold on.
episode.
What about the episode where Carlton was saying that where they were saying that Carlton wasn't black and then somebody stood up for him? What about that episode? Or hold on, what about the episode where they were talking about black rights, where Janet Hubert went in on the history teacher for not knowing black rights?
Speaking of the first Aunt Viv, she did that dance.
Exactly.
She did that dance.
Exactly.
Wait.
Okay. And
But if we don't have iconic, we gonna keep going.
I let you go. So now I'm about to go. Chilikins Island. We got Chilikins Island. We got Reverend
Those are
Leon Lunny Love.
characters.
We got
Those are just characters.
But you just named characters too.
I did. We named episodes.
I'm naming episodes. Let's go. We got the the Mayor's Retreat episode. We got the Leon Lunny Love episode, which was
a
two
character.
of them. No,
that's a character.
No, those are episodes when he was doing the thing in the church. So you got Chilikins Island.
Okay.
You got the courtroom episode where everybody was
Not my mama bird.
Not my mama bird.
The
Hold on,
Butter
we on
Biscuits.
number 6 now. We on number 6.
And we got the episode.
Look,
We got the episode when they were getting married.
She got
we
her
got the
head stuck in
episode.
the headboard.
Look, I love.
We just going on down the road.
But I'm just saying, I love Martin for what where it is, what the demographic is. I don't think that's a versus though.
Not a versus.
It's not a versus. Like if we gonna do Fresh Prince, we can do Fresh Prince over Bill Cosby. Now that's a versus.
Whoa. You getting outlandish.
You done lost your mind.
I'm just saying.
Bro, you done
It
lost your
went
whole
down
mind.
due to
What
happened.
You gotta say you gotta say the Cosby Show versus a different world.
Yeah,
You gotta
like
be
the
right
quality.
there.
But that's
World
the
just
same.
living single.
But that's the same creator.
Listen, let me tell you something.
It's the same creator.
Martin or the Fresh Prince not touching the Cosby Show. And none of them ain't touching the Cosby Show. You got too much classic material on there. You got too many episodes.
So who would you verse the Fresh Prince over? Who would you verse that on?
I would verse the Fresh Prince over Family Matters.
Okay, that'll rock.
Step by step.
I can see that.
Step by step with that junk. Blossom.
Full House.
Okay, I can see that.
Joey.
I can see that.
Full House.
But that's what I'm saying. Look at that demographic. Look at that demographic.
Hold on, Boy Meets World.
But they have
Look at that demographic though. That's suburbs. That's the demographic of suburbs.
But-
That was the first black show to actually portray a rich black family. A rich black
wholesome.
family.
Cosby Show was a wholesome black family.
Right,
They
but
was
it
rich.
wasn't. They were middle class.
They had a lawyer and a
Cosby,
doctor.
that's still middle class. That's middle class.
I can't wait for y'all to see this episode.
I'm telling you, Fresh Prince had what? Who was Janet Hubert? Who was Aunt Viv? What was her?
She was a lawyer too, right?
She was a lawyer, and then what was?
He was a judge.
He was a judge, which means he was the chief court judge, which means he had the most money. And then what? At one point, wasn't he running for mayor?
But I think Claire and Bill were rich. But
They were middle class. They were middle class because of all them
But they
kids.
wasn't flashy in LA or whatever. You know what I'm saying?
They
was
were
raising their
living
kids
in the
with
They were living in Bel Air. That's rich.
Okay, but
I'm reminded of a show that said, yeah, but moving on up. Moving on
Yeah, I
up
like that.
To the east
to
side.
the east
My
side.
show is 227, so
I mean, 227 is classic.
it's a classic.
That's just classic. Amen is classic too. Sanford
Amen.
and Son,
I grew
Good
up on
Times. I
Amen.
mean, can't nothing top Good Times. Now we just got to let that be that.
Yeah.
You got to let God be God on Good Times.
Yeah. I'm sorry, Fred Sanford. I still think Fred Sanford is amazing.
I think that's one of the most underrated shows ever.
It really is.
Oh, y'all know what I like? What's happening? Y'all too young for that. They too young for that. I'm sorry, y'all. They don't know about what's happening.
I know about what's happening. Wait, how old
They
is
not
you?
our generation.
How old is you?
Don't worry about that. Don't worry
How old?
about
If you
that.
talking about I'm too young, how old is you?
Y'all remember what's happening?
Yeah, I remember what's happening. How old is you?
You remember
I
what's
know
happening?
a little bit of pieces of
You
what's
don't know
happening,
about
but I
what's
don't know. But
happening. Y'all know about it.
Shit, you ain't gonna try me like I'm a young whippersnapper.
I'm just saying.
They too young with now. They don't know
How
about
old
that.
is you?
Fat Albert. I'm Fat Albert old.
I'm that old too, but I'm
Y'all-
just saying, like,
Put your favorite television sitcom up in this thing and see what it can go
Cousin
against.
Skeeter.
Hey.
Sister
Cousin
was good too now.
Skeeter.
Sister was
That's
okay.
right.
Sister was okay.
What? Did you
Sister
say
was
Okay.
sacrilege?
Okay.
It was okay.
That is
Blasphemy.
Smart guy was that deal.
Absolutely blasphemy.
Now that was the
Smart
deal.
guy was that
Mr.
deal.
Cooper.
Smart guy was all right.
Hanging with Mr. Cooper.
Mr. Cooper.
Yeah, Cooper.
Now you want to know who an underrated actor?
Who?
Omar Gooding.
Oh yeah,
Definitely.
because he be
He's
in
very
everything.
underrated.
Y'all, we just went all off the grid.
Omar Gooding has been. We grew up with Omar Gooding.
Yeah, we really did. Like he's just been
done
underrated.
been
He was he was on Hanging with Mr. Cooper. He was on Smart
Smart
Guy.
Guy.
Like he was on
Baby
a lot
Boy.
of stuff.
Y'all give Omar Gooding his due.
He
when
was in
y'all
the
see
gospel.
him. He is in
That don't
everything.
count. That don't count.
The gospel was good.
That don't count. Hey,
Wait a minute. The gospel was good, but that hairdo that Boris Cujo had, that was just atrocious. I'm sorry.
I always thought him and Shamar Moore was brothers. But that should be.
I can see it. I can see it. I just didn't know that he was German.
Get out of here.
I didn't know he was German.
We putting out fun facts. Terrence Howard's eyes scare me.
Terrence Howard.
Yeah.
Maine.
We talking about light skinned folks.
Maine.
Those eyes scare me. They
You
give
want
me
them
chills.
eyes crossed, man?
They give me.
You want them eyes cross, man? You want them cross,
In my
man?
hustle and flow voice.
Nah.
No, man. Tell me you in charge, man. Tell me you in charge, man.
You know who else is underrated? If we talking about black, like success,
Light skinned people. Oh.
let's talk about Robin Givens.
Oh, I met
Robin
her. I was just thinking, I
Givens.
saw Robin Givens in the bathroom at
Yeah.
Tyler Perry Studio.
Yo.
She's really sweet.
I'm not gonna lie. I thought her and Teresa Randall was sisters.
Wow.
Teresa Randall, yeah.
You know who I
Legit.
thought
She
was?
was in Lovecraft.
You know who I just found out was sisters? So the one who played the mom and sister,
Jackie Harry.
and the girl that was in Friday, the auntie
Paula
in
J.
Friday.
Parker? Oh, no.
No, in Friday. Remember Friday? He
The
went to
auntie?
his uncle. It's Friday too. He went to his uncle
I
house,
don't know that.
and his uncle had a girlfriend.
The
I can't remember her
What else she
name.
playing?
she was. Ooh.
She was in.
Fat Jack.
They going
Yeah,
to the
yeah,
phones,
yeah.
y'all. Cause I don't know nobody
Friday.
but Jackie Harry's sister.
Friday
that
after
got some
next.
clout.
Fat Jack, please tell us in these comments who this is. Yeah, this how we do.
Cause I don't remember Friday too. I
This
just
how we
remember.
do.
Yeah, Friday.
one.
I mean next Friday. It's called next Friday.
Yeah.
They was. I can
don't
see it
remember
now.
next
They got
Friday.
the same.
Yeah, next Friday.
Facebook.
I didn't know, and they did she was her sister was in the
Is
thing,
she
and then
known?
she had her
I know
in there.
her?
Yeah.
Yeah, you know her.
face.
You know her.
You know the face.
You know the
I
face
know
because
my
she was
movies.
in Fun with Dick and Jane too. Yeah,
Yeah,
she
I don't
was-
be watching TV like that. I haven't watched TV in so long.
Kim Whitley.
Yes.
Kim Whitley and
Yes.
Jackie Harry are
Yes.
related.
Yes. They are related.
I can see
I
that.
love Kim Whitley and Jackie Harry. Shout out to them.
I mean, just amazing.
Yeah.
Black folks are amazing.
Bruh, big shouts out to Jennifer Lewis for still killing the game.
Come on now.
She is my
God, come on.
Jennifer
Wait,
Lewis
Jennifer Lewis was in Fresh Prince.
Hold on.
She was Aunt Helen in Fresh Prince. She was Aunt Helen in Fresh Prince.
But that ain't got
There
nothing to
it
do with
is.
nothing.
There it is.
That ain't got nothing to do with it.
That's
She did.
it.
It's
Done.
She everybody, but she everybody auntie and
She
mama
wasn't
in
in
every
Martin
movie.
though, was she?
She wasn't in Martin.
Hold on.
You did.
I ain't gonna lie. Loretta
That's
Devine and Jennifer Lewis, if
I
they ain't
love
not your
Loretta
mamas in
Or
any black
somebody.
movies, It just ain't gonna fit.
Look, shout out to Loretta Devine
Oh
for
my
being
gosh, I
on
love
Doc
her.
McStuffins.
Doc McStuffins. Oh, she did that.
Yeah, she the hippo, and like you can tell it's her.
I was watching
Like-
Doc McStuffins like
She said
is
so.
killing it.
What's up, sugar? And I was like, you know good and well
I
you
don't
that
know,
old
but
black person.
You be like, I don't
Loretta
know, but
Devine.
Come over
The
here.
original
No.
Dream Girl. Don't get it twisted.
my God, listen, let's go into some music because y'all will go all day. Yo, let's
day.
get into some music right here on the Praise Party Radio Show on Southside on Dash Radio. Let's get it.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you.
Look at your neighbor one more time and say, neighbor, I know it's gonna be alright. Say, neighbor, God's gonna turn this thing around. Say, neighbor, whatever it takes to get to your next place, God's gonna help you get to that next dimension. Now I got to get out of here. But tell your neighbor, say neighbor, God told me to tell you. When I in between me, stop. Don't hold it. Stop. Amen. Stretch your hands toward the woman of God. What I'm doing. I'm praying for her. Stretch your hands toward her. Can you play strength softly, please? I beseech you about the mercy.
Hey everybody, and welcome back to the Praise Party Radio Show right here on Southside on Dash Radio. Listen, I say this every week and I got to mean it when I say it. Listen, I don't want to leave,
But I gotta go.
but I gotta go right now.
And
But I will be back
Uh-huh.
before you know it. Listen, I just want to say shout outs to everybody who had something to do with the show today, with the domestic violence conversation. That was just awesome. That was just awesome. Shout out to the ladies that came
Yes,
through.
yes.
Shout out to
Thank you,
April
ladies.
Inspire for facilitating that.
Yes,
My
yes.
God.
Good job.
April Inspire, don't you have an event coming up? My God.
For real. Yeah, I just thought it was interesting how the segment was talking about Alice in Wonderland and how we just felt that was trying. But anyways, Alice in Wonderland, I have an event. It's about
Look, we about that.
it's about believers in media. So the intercession is about believers in media, and I kind of got the feeling like, you know, like when you're Alice in Wonderland and all this craziness is going on around you, but you know you're a believer, so you're in a kind of different kind of sphere. You're in a whole different kind of vein, but you're seeing all this craziness. I kind of felt like I wanted to talk about Alice in Wonderland at the intercession that's coming up on
you better
November
talk about
13th. That has Jeff Will as a co-host and a panelist
my
on
God.
there. But anyways, yeah, the intercession is coming up November 13th. We're gonna have like resources for believers. We're gonna be talking about different things like that, being a believer in the media and different things of the like. So if you would like to attend and gain access to this, we're going to be live. We're also going to be virtual. Then hit up at the intercession
Keep us safe.
on
Jesus.
all social media platforms and the intercession.eventbrite. What is it? The intercession.eventbrite?
I don't know.
Intercession.eventbrite.com. It's ours.
if you don't know,
guys.
I don't know.
Jeff Will is a panelist. He need to be sharing this link. It's the intercession.eventbrite.com.
You show?
Yes.
You don't seem too certain.
Believers in the media, we are.
All right.
Yes.
All right.
Yo, like I say every week, make sure you follow your boy on Jeff Will Do It Better. That is at Jeff Will Do It Better on all social media accounts. Jay Fresh, where can they find you?
Yes, you can find me at JFresh Beats on all social media accounts.
JFresh
And you can
Beats.
also find me on YouTube. We're actually putting a cancellation on YouTube even now because YouTube has tried to gray out my
I thought you were going to say they tried.
notification bell
Uh-huh.
when I have no kid account.
My God.
They think I have kids account, but
they
I don't.
playing.
Maybe I need to curse on the channel. I don't know. But
Maybe
anyway,
you have to.
yeah.
Did I
maybe.
cuss?
YouTube, you
Maybe
gotta
I
get
need
canceled.
Did I cuss?
But YouTube is being cancelled even now.
Even now.
Don't cancel me yet, man. Let them explain themselves.
They ain't explaining nothing to me.
They better get right.
Go get your coin.
We bind that spirit.
Yeah,
of
bye, 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 bye,
blockage
bye,
in the
bye,
name
bye,
of
bye,
We
Jesus.
canceling that. We canceling that.
Until next week, y'all, be safe, be good. Make sure you go out and vote. This is the biggest election in your lifetime.
Vote.
Go vote.
John also.
Until next time, bye, y'all.
Get this man off my TV. Get this man off my TV.
John also
Hey,
gonna be
get
mad
that
at right
man
here,
in the
man, as
office.
president.
Get this man off my TV.
I'm gonna write John off in as president. I'm telling you.
Look, get him off my TV. Whatever you do.
Bye, Trump.
Bye.
Bye, Joe. We had John Ossoff.